Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna and today we are doing a review into the new Natasha Denona Zendo eyeshadow palette. So if you want to see swatches, how to do this eye look, and the overall details into this palette, then keep on watching. All my socials and everything I'm wearing on my face right now is listed down below. So here we are, we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about this palette. This is what she looks like, and it's beautiful. Okay, I don't know why I keep calling it her or she, but I guess. Beautiful kind of gemstones. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. I mean, it's Zendo, so it's supposed to be very like, you know, ethereal and meditation and all that kind of stuff. The names are like balance, mindful, flow, that kind of idea, which is really nice. I'm going to put in some swatches for you guys here that talk about the palette. So this palette retails for about $89 Canadian and $65 American. So this, compared to other Natasha Denona palettes, is the lower costing version because they are smaller pans, which is fine because then we get to experience more of these eyeshadows and don't have to pay double the price. The shimmers in this one are just really beautiful and I loved the payoff, especially as I was using it on my eye, and you guys will see that in a minute when you see the eye look. I'm also going to put in swatches right here of the mini-Zendo palette that came out about 6 months ago, believe it or not. It's crazy how time has flown by. And this one retails for, I believe, $33. I'll put it on screen what it actually is. And none of the colors in the mini double in the larger palette. So they are all different colors, but of course they are meant to complement one another. When it comes to the mini palette, I am so glad they made a full version. I'm very curious as to why they released this first and then the bigger one, because some of the other minis that they released after, like the gold one and things like that. But here they are side by side. So let me make sure that's all kind of set up. Yep, here we go. And they do work well with one another. I mean, I haven't created a look interchanging them. I just got this like an hour ago. So I haven't been able to kind of play around. But as you can see, the colors do match, especially like on that side. If you're unsure whether to get this, I mean, from the swatches, you can make your decision whether, you know, if you want to try this one to make your decision as to if you're going to get this one, or if you already own this, do you need to kind of spend the extra money and to get this? So here we go. So we are going to transition right now to me with a full face of makeup on, but no eyeshadow. And we're going to kind of test through this together. And you're going to see how I was able to create this eye look actually quite easily. I was very pleasantly surprised. All right, everybody. So here I am with no makeup on, and everything I am wearing is listed down in the description down below. So have a look. So we're going to go into this and we're going to create an eye look today. It's just really vibing with me, these colors today. And like I said before, you know, it just came, and I'll put it a little closer here so you guys can really see the colors. I really love some of these duochrome shadows going on here. You can create some really nice neutral kind of looks, add a pop of color. So I really kind of appreciate that. And again, I mean, look at my room and look what I'm wearing and everything. And I just think these colors are so, they're almost gem-like colors. That's kind of what I like about this. So they're a little bit muted, but they're still vibrant at the same time, if that makes sense, right? So if you're not one who goes into blues normally or greens, you can do that like pretty safely. So I'm going to create an eye look here. And as always, I'm going to put a picture of the palette next to me while I'm doing it, so you can see exactly which shades I'm using. So if you want to create this look, and I love doing it because then when I do something I really like, I have it literally recorded and then I can do the exact same thing at another time in case I forget. I do have eye primer on right now, as I always do with Natasha Denona stuff. And for my first color, I think I'm going to go into Relief right there, just lightly. Because I want to go into that brown, but I want to diffuse it just a little bit. And I like putting a little bit of a lighter color down first. And that way, the color you put on top is not so harsh. Just putting it all over my crease and all over my outer lid here. So far blending really well. I'm not finding it patchy. I build really lightly, so I'd rather make a lot of layers and then just go back that way. So that's the first color laid down, and I love the pinks going on here, especially down here. I really want to get into these, but It's gonna be just pink central. You're gonna lose me in the back of my wall there. So I know I want to get into the blues here. I do need to do a little bit of that. So I'm gonna go and let me see here. I'm gonna go into Vigor really lightly just to deepen up the outer corners a little bit and see how that fares. And then I wanna try going into those blues. All right, so that was Vigor, and it did deepen out just a little bit, but it didn't give as deep a, I guess, a red that it looks like a burnt red. And it laid well on top of the first color, but I was hoping for a little bit more of this color. It just looks like a darker peach, but it's a variant, so that's okay. I really want to go into that Equilibrium shade, and I want to put that on the outer lid, and then put Flow in the middle. And then that Yama, that duochrome right there, I want to put that in the inner lid. So that's what we're going to do right now. Now I've gone into that Flow color, the top there, that blue kind of teal. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is what I wish the mini-Zendo palette had. I gotta go pull that out and we'll like compare them at the end when I give you guys like my final thoughts and the final look is done. But this is what I wish that it had. I mean, I like that palette, but let's be fair, like I have never gone back and reached for that mini-Zendo palette. I've used all the other mini palettes she has many times. The gold one that had like greens in it, I've used many times. I wore that to work, and I'm a high school teacher, and that's how beautiful it was. It was a little intense, but intense to the point where it looked beautiful. So people were like, "Oh wow, oh it's beautiful." Like you kind of let it go because it's so nice. Yeah, that's really interesting. Why didn't they just release this one first? I like that. I think that's beautiful. Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go into that Yama. Do I dare go into a brush? Let me swatch it with my finger first and see what we're dealing with here. Let me just try it with my ring finger. Actually, is it your ring finger if it's your right hand? Is that still what we call it? Oh, what a beautiful color. Oh my goodness. And on top of that blue, it just makes it a little bit green. So you see a nice transition. Okay, I'm going to try this with my left hand on this side. I am not left-handed, but I guess it's easier than maneuvering my right hand on that side, which is what I tend to do, and I really shouldn't. You should always just use your corresponding hand. That is a beautiful shade. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna come a little closer and I'll move so you can kind of see what this shade is doing. Hopefully the camera picked up what it was doing, and now I'm going to kind of recreate what I just did on the top underneath. So I'm going to put the Yama shade here and then Flow and probably a little bit of the first color Relief. I'm actually going to put that on the outer edge just to match a little bit. And then I'll do all the blues. And look how pigmented that is. I kicked it off even. And there's just so much there. This is where I say, you know, I know her stuff is expensive. And no, you don't have to run out and get it. Should it be that expensive? I don't know about that expensive, but definitely as you're using it, you can tell how different it is from other eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna finish this off here. I'm gonna put this Yama here. I might wet the brush because I really want this one to stand out. Yeah, it's like this duochrome. Oh my goodness me. Come a little closer, guys, if I'm like really far away. It's beautiful in person. I really hope the camera's picking it up. I can't really tell because the brightness on my phone is kind of low. So it looks pretty true, but I'll make sure that, you know, when I do color grade my videos, but it's always to true color. I'm not trying to make myself look like super tanned or super saturated. I always just want it to be exactly what it looks like to me in real life. Because the whole point is that you guys want to know if you should buy this or what it's all about. And if I do something that skews that outcome, then what's the point of even doing a video? That's honestly how I think of it. You're watching this because you want to know about this palette and you want to see kind of like what I'm doing with it. And that's great. And I really appreciate you being here. And I'm not about to lie. which is why I'm not about to, have concealer videos on my channel and stuff. I don't use a lot of concealer, especially under my eye, because I don't have filler and all that stuff. So, right? That's just what it comes down to. So I don't want you guys coming to me being like, oh, what's the best concealer? I don't know. I don't use it. I like cover up acne with it. That's what I do. I do not bake with it. I do not set on my under eyes. I don't know. I do like foundations and eyeshadows and all that stuff. That's enough. That's enough for me. I can't do any more. The shimmers are very pigmented. So they're not toppers. They have, color in them and then the shimmer. So when you put it down, I was able to kind of even just smoke it with a shimmer, which is something you normally really can't do. It's more of like a topper. So I'm just gonna go put on some eyeliner and mascara and I'll be back in a second. All right, everybody, so I'm back with some eyeliner and mascara and I went in with a little extra lip gloss. Since my look is so shiny and shimmery, I was like, okay, so I have this little Marc Jacobs here. This is called Enamored. Everything I'm wearing is listed down below. I love the Eyelook. I don't know what else to say. I think it looks fantastic. And remember what I said before about it's like a gem tone and it's blues and greens. But does it look too much to you? Like, would you feel uncomfortable going to the grocery store? Like, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If you see it through and you think it's looking, a little bit much or something, you have to finish. You have to trust the process. You have to finish. You have to put the eyeliner, the mascara, and it looks finished. And especially you have to have a full face, a little bit of blush, a little bit of bronzer. And that's what I did today. I'm so glad this was one of her cheaper palettes, not the $179 one, but it was like the $85 one. I know I'm going to use this again. There are so many different looks you can do with this. It's staying in that peachy realm here. There's like, they're not taupe, but they're kind of going into the brown family. I went into these two today, but again, there's all these. This shade was just so gorgeous. I love this. That was so great. So my final thought on the palette is that it's really amazing and it's 10,000 times better than the mini one. And I wish they had just come out with this one first. So just for comparison, I brought out the mini-Zendo palette here. And I was putting the Eyelook on, you heard me say, wow, I wish this had been that flow, the one that was in the middle there. I believe that's what it was called. I wish it had been in here because this does not do the same thing, okay? It's a nice palette. I've only used this guy like once. I don't reach for it. It's a decent color story and you can do a whole look with it, but it just wasn't vibrant enough that when you put it down, it was really, like you really looked like you had eyeshadow on. It just looked very, very subtle and very tame. And that's just not what Natasha Denona is all about. This palette, however, yeah, I like it. So far, I mean, at this point, I haven't swatched it yet, but from what I've used, nothing is patchy. And there's, a little bit of like kickback, as you can see in the pan, but nothing major, nothing that's causing concern. For me, the palette is a yes. I'm so happy with it. I like it so much better than the Circo Loco palette that I just reviewed, and I created the loudest eye look I've ever done in my life. And this one is great. It's good for my skin tone. I really like it. A lot of the clothing that I have would really match this too. So that's it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. I have like 365 subscribers and I really appreciate all of you and that you come back and you watch the videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and don't ever think I take it for granted. YouTube should be recommending to you some other videos of mine that I know you're gonna enjoy. I have a lot of other makeup reviews, unboxings, all that kind of stuff, and I know you're gonna find something you're just gonna love to watch. I hope you and your families are all doing well, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.